as a copywriter, as a business owner, you have to realize what problem you're really solving for people. And the problem that you're solving is usually something a lot deeper. And from a copywriter's perspective, you have to pull at that.
دايما كنت فاكر ان اي حد يمسك كاميرا هيعرف يصور، بس التصوير والإديتنج طلع فن ومهارة بتكتسب. اهلا بيكم في بريمير، هو المكان اللي القصة بتتكون فيه، وهو البرنامج اللي بقعد عليه تقريبا معظم وقتي. في الجزء ده من الكورس هنخش بتعمق في طرق الإديت بتاعتي بالظبط. اشتري كاميرا ايه، ازاي تعمل فيديو POV، ازاي تعمل فيديو زي اصوات مصر، الساوند ديزاين، الافتر افكتس، ويلا بينا نبدأ. الماتش كاتس، وهي انك تخلي المشهد الاول يكمل مع المشهد الثاني ويبان سلس. ايه المعدات اللي بستخدمها؟ اول حاجه الشنطه، تاني حاجه الكاميرا، العدسات اللي بستخدمها، الفريم ريت، بيكتشر بروفايل والوايت بالانس، الريزولوشن والاسبكت ريشيو، السنسورز، الفوكال لينث، ازاي تجيب كلاينتس، ازاي تتعامل مع الكلاينت. هي دي الاستراتيجيه اللي انا مشيت بيها اخر فتره، والسوشيال ميديا بتاعتي ضربت جامد.
النهارده معانا حلقه جديده، بس الحلقه يا جماعه قبل ما نبدا الحلقه النهارده هتبقى بالانجليزي. تمام، احنا عندنا بلاي ليست بنعمل ساعات حلقات بالانجليزي، فانا بقول لكم من دلوقتي حالا الحلقه هتكون بالانجليزي، وللاسف مش هنقدر نحط عليها ترجمه عشان الترجمه بتكلف لنا فلوس كتير. بتكلف لنا فلوس كتير وبتاخد وقت كتير من التيم بتاعنا، فمش بنلحق دلوقتي ومعناش البادجت دلوقتي ان احنا نقدر نحط ترجمة. فبجد انا اسف، نفسي كان احط ترجمة على البودكاست، بس لما حاولنا الموضوع كان بياخد اسبوعين 3 من شخص واحد، ولسه احنا ما بنعملش فلوس من الحلقات دي، فمعناش فلوس ان احنا حاليا نعمل ده. بس ان شاء الله اول لما تبعتولي فلوس او تشتروا التيشيرتات، وممكن نعمل الحوار ده على فكرة، يعني ممكن نبيع التيشيرتات دي والبروفيت منها يطلع ان احنا نحط سبتايتلز. والله بتضحكوا ليه؟ اصلا انا التيشيرتات دي مش عايز اعمل بيها فلوس. الفلوس اللي لو عملنا فلوس من التيشيرتات دي عايزه تبقى حاجه للبودكاست. Yeah. So today we have a new episode. I want to say it like I say it in Arabic. Today we have a new episode. النهارده معايا حلقه جديده. Today I have a new episode. Okay, I can't do it. It's hard. Anyway, guys, if you guys watch our podcast before, I had 2 podcasts with Jonathon Kendall. If any of you don't know who Jonathon Kendall is, Jonathon Kendall is my partner in Virtual Worker now, Virtual Hub now, and Virtual Courses now. We've been partners for about 3 to 4 years. We've met a while ago. We've grew these companies together. We've drew these visions together. He's supported a lot of my vision, and he supported a lot of my crazy ideas and made them possible because I just, all over the place. So Jonathon knows how to make them into reality. And if you guys don't know about Jonathon also owns a few other companies in the US outside of our ecosystem. He owns a deal raise company that he raised close to $200 million with his company called Deal Raise. If any of you, anyone here is in the investor scene or looking to raise money, could always reach out to Jonathon Kendall. You're gonna see, is it dealraise.com? Is it that simple? Is it that sexy? Wow. So it's dealraise.com. Such a nice domain, to be honest. So I love domains. I love like sexy domain, dealraise.com.
I have so many domains.
Yeah. You text me like, hey, buy these domains. And it's like, and we already have like 50 companies like within Virtual Worker now. We have like other like 3 we have Sonic Funnel, we have Virtual Content now, we have Virtual Design now, Virtual Architect now, and we're making sub brands of the sub brands. It's
virtual
stupid.
Jobs now.
Virtual jobs now.
Virtual hiring now.
We have virtual hiring now. We have so many things. We have you made me buy a random one, which I don't remember what it was. And
anytime I have a good idea, I need to buy the domain.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah. And guys, this is pretty cool because like it might be silly, but literally buying the domain makes it more real and makes your ideas come to life. So if you have an idea and you think about something, oh yeah, contentprism. .com.
Yeah.
You made me buy that one.
It's a variation of Gary V's Content Diamond.
Nice.
But I didn't want to copy it directly, so I said content prism.
I like it. I like Prism. I had someone on the podcast that has a brand called Prism.
Yeah, it's a sexy word.
Yeah, Prism is cool. I like his shirts. I like his brand. Yeah, I have so many. Yeah, the addiamond.com. I have it. I have the ad prism. I have the content prism. You made me buy so many prisms.
And with the before and
Yes,
without the before.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah, I can keep going. I have so many. Like, I literally have like 100 something domains. It's crazy. So yeah, So hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
It's your last day in Egypt.
Yeah, it is. Last couple hours, really.
Last couple of hours. You've been here this time for a month,
Yeah, just under a month.
right? Yeah.
I went back for
For a
quick,
weekend.
yeah, for a weekend for an event and then came
Yeah.
back.
You went to Boston for 2 days and came back.
Correct.
Yes. As if you're going to October and coming back. You just
Basically.
went to the States for literally 48 hours. And came. Like, your time on the plane was more than you know.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm liking this podcast. It's the first time I feel, first of all, we're super fucking tired. I'm sorry for swearing. So we're super tired. And I don't know. I'm just enjoying this right now. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I have a pretty good idea. But I really want to talk about how was Egypt this time?
It's good. Everyone tells me I feel like I'm getting more comfortable.
Yeah.
The first time I came here, I had a bit of culture shock.
Yeah.
And everything was new. And now I know what to expect a little bit more. And so now I'm really able to kind of dig in. I feel much more comfortable. And
Yeah.
I just told you, I said that I should get a place here.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. You said, like, you would move here.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? You say you feel so much momentum here.
Oh, yeah.
And we do have a crazy pace that we work at. And everybody else that we talk is like Egypt is so slow. But for us, we're always like going so fast. So Egypt is not so slow.
Yeah, I think you can create whatever bubble you want to create if you have enough gravity in your determination or your mission or whatever you're doing. You know, if you are obsessed with, one video game, probably everyone you know is also obsessed with that video game. Or if you're really into anime, you're going to know a lot of people that are into anime. I don't know anyone that is into anime, really.
Yeah.
So all the people that work with us work really hard and are really fast paced because we have a strong gravity and we just create our little ecosystem. And yeah.
You know what I hate? When people tell me, no, but Egypt is like.
Yeah.
But here in Egypt is like.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation yesterday, I was having it was something about, like, I'm telling when you meet a client, like, you need to show your, what's it called? You always say it. Like, you need to take control of the conversation. You always say a specific word. You're like, authority.
Be the flame? Yeah, authority.
Yeah. You're like, you need to be the authority in the meeting when you have a client and you tell him what's right.
Yeah.
So the person's like, no, that's not how Egypt works. I'm like, what do you mean? That's not, like, I'm like, this has nothing to do with Egypt. Like, this has to do with you, not telling the client what actually is right.
Yeah.
Like, Egypt never said do the wrong thing.
I always tell our copywriting team, I say, what is your job?
Yeah.
And they say, oh, write good copy. No. Do what they say and make sure you hit their KPIs. No. What is your job? An entrepreneur really wants three things. One, make more money, or make the same amount of revenue at a lower marketing cost.
Yeah.
So make more profit. Or keep everything the same, but I don't have to do anything. So you save them time. But if you're not doing one of those three things, then all of your little micro KPIs don't really matter.
Yeah.
So if your client is saying the wrong thing in order to make them more revenue and you're the expert, then do the right thing to give them more revenue.
Yeah.
Or at least try. At least say, hey, I disagree with you because of 1, 2, 3. I understand why you're saying that, but it's actually better if we do this. Whereas a lot of people are passive and They
Would
feel.
you work with the client if he disagrees with you, and you know 100% he's
I
wrong?
I would say. I would be candid. I would say I think you're wasting money here. My strong opinion is that we do this. If you'd like to test this, I'm happy to test this. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe on the 1% chance that I'm wrong.
Even
In
though-
this case,
Yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but we can test it. But I'm going to tell you that I think you're wrong out loud.
Yeah.
Out loud.
That makes sense. I wouldn't work with him. No,
You're,
honestly.
saying, you're stupid.
No, I wouldn't say you're stupid.
That's what you think.
I wouldn't be honest here, but no, I wouldn't think I'm stupid. But if it's something I really know, like if it's someone, for example, if someone tells me like I don't want to use video, I want to only use picture
Oh,
for the ad, I'd be like, no.
yeah.
He still might be right, but I've done it so many times and I've had so many like success stories that like no, like we need video.
Yeah.
You know?
And if they say no, I think sometimes it can be okay, we'll make some graphics and then we'll make videos. But we're going to make videos,
For sure.
you know.
For sure.
Or we'll make one video for free and I'll prove to you that we're
Yeah, I'll definitely make it work to take his money, but but it's just for fun. Just for funsies.
But I also think that one of the reasons why people don't do that is because they really don't know, or they don't have the skill or the mastery of whatever they're talking about. So they put their boss or the client or the vendor on this pedestal, and they think, oh wow, that's what they say. So
Sure.
who am I to disagree? And as you become more of a professional, more of a master, you gain confidence, and then you can say that. So.
For sure. No, in all seriousness, like in marketing especially, you never know. You never know what could hit. You never know which platform can hit. You have to test on everything. I would never say I'm 100% sure because we're literally never 100% sure, and the results are always different. I'll definitely test what the client needs, but yeah, I would definitely recommend it. We had a crazy event 3 days ago on Monday.
You're going to call me out for doubting you?
But you said something really interesting. So I'll tell people what happened. So basically we had so first of all, Mustafa, how Jonathan calls him.
How do you pronounce it?
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Mustafa.
Yeah. And
I pronounce everyone's
and
name
Ehab.
incorrectly.
But it's so
Ehab.
but you don't pronounce it wrong, you know? You just like did you take my one? No.
It's an accent.
Yeah, but you don't say it wrong. You just say it like more
At least I don't say it like I'm
yeah,
gonna
like
get in
completely
trouble.
wrong. You say it like really like you make
I try.
You say, yeah. No, you say it pretty good.
I don't think he actually knows my real name.
Do you know Ash's real name? Do you even know Ash is not really Ash?
No.
You know, I only knew a year and a half after she's been working with us. And you know how it happened? So I saw an email with her real name. So I said, I'm like, who the is this person emailing me? Why am I receiving emails by this person? Can you figure out who this person is and tell them to stop? And Ash was like, Youssef, my name is Ala. My real name.
Oh, I can't say that.
Ala.
Ala.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Her real name is Ala.
Ala.
Is a made up name. Ash is a made up name. For real. After a year and a half.
What's the origin story?
She just fucking didn't want to be Ala anymore. She's like, fuck that, I'm not Ala anymore. So tomorrow, if you change your name to freaking Ibrahim, like, it's fine. Like,
Fair enough.
sure. Amr, do you want to change your name? You're good? Alter ego? Sure. But definitely you should speak to a therapist about that. Just killing that person. She's dead. But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm making this podcast a bit more chill than the usual intense podcast that we have about business and everything. But I want to go back to the event that we had. I feel like Joe Rogan today.
Joe Rogan when he has on his comedian friends.
Yes.
Then he's really chill.
Yeah.
They're like
When
talking
he
about the
asks
UFC,
Yeah.
whatever they think.
Because I feel like usually I have to really get the person talking and
Yeah.
listen. So today I'm like,
Yeah.
like, you know. So
You
it's
don't
pretty
have to break the ice.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. I'm very comfortable. Actually, the other like, I'm getting pretty comfortable. Anyway, so we had an event on Monday, a free workshop, sponsored by Virtual Courses Now, and it was for teaching people basically how to sell anything online, right? And we played a game. I'm like, how many people do you think? Because I only posted a story on my Instagram a day before. And no other marketing was done. Maybe the Greek campus posted on campus. I think they posted like on their campus, that's it, or on social media, but they barely have any like, you know, proper like a lot of following. And so I asked Jonathan, how many people do you think will come? You know, so Jonathan, so Jonathan said 30 people. Because I posted a story on my Instagram, that's it. I didn't say on like here, you know, like, I only said on Sunday, a day before. And I did this on purpose, guys, you know. And I actually made a video talking about why I did this, you know, before going to the event. God damn, I should have put money on this. So Jonathan said 30 people are going to come. And how many people came?
200.
200 people. What did, like...
I was 7 times wrong.
I like the math. Yeah, that's a lot. That's
like
a lot of times.
6.7.
Thank you. That's a lot of wrongs.
It's a lot wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Almost
so what was the lesson that you learned? Or what opportunity did you see here?
Yeah, I think your brand is powerful, which makes sense. But I think I am not in the weeds of social media enough. Even the way that I do it on my social media is very automated. I get in front of the camera, I teach. It's a little less native. And, you know, I learned a lesson personally where I need to interact, build more of a community, because obviously you have an incredibly loyal following. And
Yeah.
so
I love them.
yeah, it was incredible, and everyone had a really great energy, and I think felt morally obligated to give our best, and I like that pressure, you know, going up there. And
Did you feel people were really coming to learn?
I think so. I think
Like people had their notebooks
Yeah.
out. It was crazy.
my first lesson was teaching people how to learn,
Yeah.
which the punchline of the first lesson was, you should be taking notes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to set them up for success. And so it seemed like everyone was taking themselves very seriously. It was very attentive. It was very quiet. People were asking a lot of questions.
And people stayed overtime.
Way over time.
Like
Way over time.
we left at like the event was supposed to end at 9 from
Yeah.
6 to 9. We left there at like midnight or something.
Oh, yeah. It was afterwards. There were people talking to you. There were people talking to me afterwards. It felt,
My talk finished at 10:30, an hour and a half after. People did not even take a break.
yeah. No one took a break. Yeah, it was incredible. I think it shows a lot about the people of Egypt, I think, but also it says a lot about what's available currently for education. And so there's a lot of hunger for this. There's a lot of ambition. There's a lot of people that want to do something incredible with their life. And there may not be a lot of outlets for the how, right? The tactical, exactly how to do it, and the mindset. That's called a blue ocean in business, right? Where there's
Blue ocean.
blue ocean.
That's like big opportunity.
Yeah, so imagine the idea is if you're out in the middle of the ocean and you look around and you don't see any other boats or you don't see any other land,
Yeah.
it means you're by yourself,
Yeah.
right? And so from a fisherman's perspective, that means you have no competition. You know, there's a lot of opportunity. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity for, you know, to disrupt the education system a little bit. Or not necessarily disrupt it, but add to it. You know, some
Yeah.
things that might be missing right now. And
أنا جوناثان كندل. لقد حققت أرباحاً بأكثر من 100 مليون دولار من خلال المبيعات بين الشركات. أقول دائماً إن أفضل ما تفعله كمسوق هو أن يكون لديك منتجاً على مستوى عالمي. ويوجد النوع الشخصي. سنتحدث عن البريد الإلكتروني والرسائل في هذا الدرس. جوجل آدوردز، هذا في الأغلب أكثر منتج مربح تم صنعه في تاريخ البشرية. يوتيوب يشبه التلفزيون، والبودكاست يشبه الراديو، والإنستغرام يشبه المجلة المدونة وتحدثنا عنها من قبل، أو مقال على لينكد إن يشبه الجريدة. كيف يقوم الذكاء الاصطناعي أو الخوارزمية بالاختيار؟ إن عرفنا كيف يختار يمكننا تغيير ما يختاره، وعلى مدار الوقت يمكننا بناء مصداقيتنا وبناء نسبة أعلى لأن نحتل مرتبة أعلى.
More from the like from the applied business side or something.
Yeah, and I know in the last podcast we talked about universities, but it's difficult, to be honest, for them to keep up because they're bureaucratic and everything's changing so quickly nowadays. And so I feel like if you have to wait a year to upgrade your curriculum, whereas if we see something, new algorithm on TikTok, we can make a video tomorrow and upload it to virtual courses now, and we're always on the cutting edge. And so it's one of the advantages of being a startup or smaller and nimbler and being able to make quick decisions. And you and I can make unilateral decisions and it just happens. Whereas at university, there might be a board of directors and then there's a lot of voting. And then, next semester we can do it where you and I can make a decision and tomorrow it's done.
Yeah.
And so that gives us a competitive advantage in helping more people, I think.
But you know what's crazy, Jonathan, and I honestly I'm becoming more and more surprised is how many university students we have in virtual courses now, and young students.
Yeah.
Like, and we even have people from high school, like that girl. I think her name is it Khadija? Khadija, the girl that's 17. You know who I'm talking about? The copywriting student. She's a hijabi. She wears glasses. She's the youngest one. She's 17.
Wow.
She came to both workshops.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. She's 17.
Yeah.
And she had my dad. Muna, تعال. Daddy. Yeah, daddy. Abuya. Okay, he's gone. ايه الاخبار؟ So it was crazy that she, not even university student, high school student.
Yeah.
And she crushed. She, like, we had an assessment, if someone passes is get hired, and she's the one that passed, and she's the one that got it, but she was too young to be accepted in our company. So she messed up the opportunity on everybody else.
You know what's funny? Is I remember her the first time she was a lot more nervous, and then the second time she came, she was asking all these questions, much more confident, had good answers.
Yeah.
And that was, I think I was in January, I had my first one. I was here in January as well.
Yes.
And then I came back in May, and so 4 months later, and it felt like she evolved a lot.
But this happened with multiple people.
Yeah.
Right? Did you feel the change in character and everything in multiple people?
There's another girl who she applied. She had a couple of grammatical mistakes, but then she kept on coming. She's continuing to learn. She started her own podcast.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of them are doing really well.
You told me this like 2 days ago. You're like, people change, their personality changed from the time that you saw them in January till when you saw them this time. Like multiple people.
Yeah.
In confidence, and I feel people feel they were lost, or they feel they're I don't want to say stupid, but they felt like they were lost, or they're not sure like what's out there for them, and they don't understand. So I feel when they took the course and from someone that that works with the US that generated hundreds of millions, and you're like, guys, that's what it is, and and you're not stupid, you just need to practice, and you need to take the proper right knowledge, and that's it.
Yeah. I think if you have integrity and you have ambition and you have work ethic and you're willing to fail in the short term, then slowly but surely you can learn anything.
Mhm.
And I think until someone gives you permission to do that, to fail, and they give you permission to fail and simultaneously a step-by-step guide, and then tell you in advance you are going to fail along the way because that's part of the process, it changes your mindset and you realize, oh, this is the way. And I have a mentor, I have someone that has done it before.
Yeah.
And if they don't have anyone in their life or they don't follow anyone on social media that has done that before, then it's very difficult to, we're, as animals, we mirror each other. We mimic each other. That's how we learn.
Mm.
And if you don't have a good person to mimic, it's very difficult.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you a question. When you start teaching, you always go very meta. What is meta, first of all? And you never, like, if you have to give like a copywriting workshop, you don't even talk about copywriting. You talk about like, well, when the world started, survival. Like, what is he talking about, dude? Like, this is copywriting. Like, this is a copywriting workshop. We're gonna get shot, like.
Yeah. So the writing is the easy part of copywriting.
Nice.
And so once you understand the why and the strategy and the psychology and the rules of persuasion, then if you're an okay writer and you follow the rules, you're going to be a great copywriter. But if you're a good writer, but you don't understand psychology or sales or persuasion or why we do what we do, or
as humans.
Yeah. Or if you don't understand the organization of a funnel or, any of these things, then you're going to write a pretty sentence and it's not going to get any sales. So to answer your question about meta means something about itself. So it would be like a question about, what is a question, right? It means it's the deep. It's asking why. It's going a little bit deeper. And so in copywriting, I always teach, why does anyone buy anything? And then I always say, well, what do single-celled organisms want? They want to survive and replicate. And so then how do we survive? We want safety. We want status. We want money. There's these basic things that we want. And so everything, you can reverse engineer all of the things that we care about, legacy, to those two things.
Yeah.
And it's very deep in our brain stem. And it's hard to fight that. So as a copywriter, as a business owner, you have to realize what problem you're really solving for people. And the problem that you're solving is usually something a lot deeper. And from a copywriter's perspective, you have to pull at that. And so if you don't understand that, there's nothing to pull at, and then you're not going to do your job well. So I often get asked these very surface level questions, like how to write a headline, or what should be the first 3 bullet points in a product description, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's easy. The short answer is, I already gave you templates in the course.
Yeah.
So just go back to that lesson, download the PDF, and it has a step-by-step guide. It's already in there. And so my question back to them is, why are you asking that question?
Yeah.
That's not the right question. It's usually when I'm teaching and someone asks me a question, my answer is, that's not the right question.
I feel we've been trained our whole life to ask the wrong questions.
100%.
And I feel everything in life in general is a lot deeper. Like when someone comes and asks you, like, what book should I read that will change my life?
I always have the same answer. I always say, the fact that you're asking that question is the problem.
Yeah.
What are you reading now? The problem is that you're not a reader, that you're not a learner, that you are not learning.
Yeah.
That's your biggest problem. Google top 10 business books and read all 10. Then come to me and say, hey, I read all 10. I really like this one. Do you have any other recommendations? But even that, you don't need me. If you like Good to Great by Jim Collins, you can then type into Google top 10 books like Good to Great by Jim Collins, and there'll be some article that will give you another 10 recommendations that are like that book, and you just keep going down the rabbit hole. These answers exist, in Google and YouTube already, and so that's always my answer is, it's a bad question, and if you keep on asking these bad questions, I'm not going to be here most of the time.
So that's why you're not doing this because you're a douche.
No.
you're a douchebag. Like that's
I'm
not.
trying to give them the right answer. The right answer is you have to set yourself up with the right habits and the right mindset so that you don't need to ask that question. Because it's not an interesting question. It's not a difficult question to answer. In the Sonic Funnel team, I call it a Mandarin problem
So Sonic Funnel is a company within your company.
within our company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We create funnels.
we create funnels. Yeah.
I'm
Very
sure.
fast.
I'm sure. Literally, no one really knows what we do
Probably not.
because we just do so many different things. I'm sure people think we're lying. Like, guys, you do not also have a funnel. Do not just stop fucking lying to us. You know.
Well, I mean, Virtual Worker now has so many departments, and
Yeah.
it does so many different things for so many different clients. We're basically a full service digital marketing agency, and
Yeah.
Funnels is one of those things. So it's one of many things that we do for sure. And if you want to get into the tactics of that, think about this. If you're spending, Youssef is good at social media. Okay, so we are good at social media. We produce content for some of the largest influencers in the United States, right?
Yeah.
And what do they do with that social media? They probably offer something at some point,
Yeah.
whether it's a product or a service, or they say, hey, you should go buy this. Well, what is that thing that they're pointing to? It's called a call to action or a CTA. What is their
They're driving
CTA?
them somewhere.
Yeah, they're driving them somewhere, right? Even your favorite influencer might be sponsored by L'Oreal or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she says, hey, you should go check out this new lipstick. There's a link to it, or swipe up, and where you're landing is called a funnel. So it would be we would be doing a disservice to our clients to only be doing the social media and then driving them to a funnel that didn't exist, right?
We just say, my dad is here, guys. He was watching a bit. He enjoyed it. He's gonna go eat.
So it would be, and this is, as a business owner, an entrepreneur, someone who wants to create a startup, someone who wants to help other businesses, you have to, I think holistically. The only reason why your social media is so powerful is because there's companies behind it.
Yeah.
Right? So we own the full stack. It's like the reason why the first really rich families in the United States, like the Rockefellers and JP Morgan and these big families, the Vanderbilts, what they did is they vertically integrated, right? So they owned everything from mining all the way to the store and everything in between. So instead of every single person taking a cut, they got all of it. And so what we can do for our clients is we're full service. So if someone needs social media on the top, or they need blog articles on the top for marketing, we can do that. But if they need a funnel, we can also do that. And then once people buy, they need customer support, and we can do that. Right? So it's a full stack. And so it makes sense why we do what we do. But if you're not fluent in business or marketing or
it's going to seem odd.
It's going to seem crazy. It's like, oh, you have these 10 different products. Well, yeah, we're not making trash cans though.
Yeah.
Right? It all is, it's an ecosystem that makes sense.
Yeah. We don't have a restaurant and a social media agency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we will one day.
I would partner up with someone like a great chef.
That's what Virtual Hub now is.
Yeah, exactly. How do you know that we got our first client for Masar today?
That's amazing.
Our first company that we partner up with one of an employees is called Masar, is an architecture client. As an architecture company that we partner up with Abdullah Omar, and we got our first client today. We launched it. The website is not even live. Nothing is live.
That's a good sign. Whenever you do something for a minimum, it's called a minimum viable product. It means that you just have enough. You're not making it perfect or whatever.
Yeah.
You get it good enough, and you see if you can get one customer to pay you $1.
Yeah.
And then you start from there.
Yeah.
If you're an employee, one of our employees that's listening to this, we are not joking. I think everyone thinks we're joking.
Like I honestly don't try to convince people about anything anymore.
Yeah.
Even clients, when I jump on with I'm serious. I know your mind will be like, whoa, Youssef, what do you mean you're not trying to convince clients? And honestly, I'm just like, I'm just in such I'm at such a peace right now. You know,
It's actually a very good sales tactic.
Bro, I've been closing like
Yeah.
$70,000-$80,000 contracts every week.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
It's called the law of least interest in sales. So if you're not interested, you don't care. Like people are attracted to that.
Yeah.
The best way to I can plug this virtual courses now. We're adding a really advanced sales course that I shot while I was here, and the whole lesson on closing is what do you get to the point where you have to ask for the money?
Yeah.
And my answer, my suggestion, here's a little hint, pro tip, is you don't.
Yeah.
You get them so hyped about the vision and the benefits, and they're super excited, and well, why you answer their objections of why this wouldn't work, and then you just say, yeah, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then just stay silent.
Yeah.
And wait for what's called a buying question. And then they say, well, how much is it? Or what do I do? Or how do I start? Or, they're going to ask a question. And if you have this very chill energy, they're going to want to come to you.
Yeah. That's literally how it was done. And I was like, and she asked me, I was like, you know what? Like, I'll even give you a month for free. Cause like, I don't even want to like,
I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that later.
I just like, you know what? Like, I know I closed you, but here's a month for free, so you're super extra convinced. Yeah. But do you understand like how much trust that builds?
Yeah.
And how much authority that gives?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
And
so
also-
confident that the lifetime value of your business, not only that I'm gonna give you like a free like $7,000 free month.
Yeah.
And I know you will be my client for the next at least 2 years.
Yeah. It de-risks it.
Oh yeah.
Whenever someone, one of the final objections is they're doing a calculation, whether consciously or unconsciously in their head, about the potential reward relative to the downside risk.
Yeah.
And if you make the risk free, what's the downside? The only downside technically would be some time. Maybe they onboarded someone and it took a little bit of their time, but mostly people care about money.
Yeah.
So if you say, hey, we'll try it for free, but a client that's going to pay you $50,000 to $100,000 a year for 3 years, we can risk a little bit for that. For sure.
Yeah. I honestly, with the new company Masar, I have zero fear. Isn't that funny? Like Abdullah was a bit stressed out, but he's stressed out because he wants to work, and he's like, but I have zero fear. Like,
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
I am just so confident in us, in our company, and our people, and what we really want to offer.
Do people know we do that? Oh, we also have an architecture firm that was on Netflix. You're lying.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, it's like, but you just said you're a marketing agency. Why you're lying to us now and telling us you have an architecture company also? You guys are a bunch of liars that want to show that you want to be millionaires and you have nothing. You probably only have that studio.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, people
Yeah.
think what they want to think.
Yeah, no, nobody, like, people see it, people come. I'm joking. But I have zero fear of Jonathan this time.
Is it because you think the competition is bad?
No, it's you know what? I was thinking about it today, Jonathan. And I'm like, it's just because we have no ego. We are not playing the status game.
Yeah.
We do not want to be the entrepreneurs that we just like float above people and don't talk to me. Like, we work for people.
Yeah. Of course.
You know.
Have you heard Naval Ravikant? He said about status games.
By the way, guys, Naval Ravikant changed my life.
He's incredible.
He literally, I'm serious, guys. He changed my life. I wasn't happy, and now I'm happy because of him. His book, The Almanac.
Yeah, the almanac.
Yeah. Amazing.
He's incredible. He's one of those, like once every 2 or 3 years, I come upon a new thinker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I go in so hard for a couple of years into that one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. And he says his punchline for the status games is play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of stupid prizes out there for people.
Yeah, temporary little blips of ego,
Yeah.
dopamine, but nothing real.
Yeah, I really like. I really don't want any status of these companies. Like you see me, like I work. I do I do anything. Like if we have events, I'll do anything. Like
You were doing the videos at our events.
yeah. I was filming every single speaker. I was sitting on the floor. I was sitting people.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I drive. Sometimes I have to like I don't know clean.
You drive
something.
all the time.
Yeah, I drive all the time. I drive. You know.
We have a driver and you drive all the time.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, I really feel it's because we are not playing the status game, and the reason why I say I have no fear is not an ego thing or I feel. I am just so at peace of where we are, and I'm so at peace with what we're giving, and I am not expecting anything from anyone, and I'm so confident in our work because we've done it so many times. We are on Netflix, for example, in architecture, so I know our work is world class. And I also have belief in God and our, that also like, God has our back. But I am just so chill. Before I used to be afraid and used to want people to expect some type of feedback from people. But since I don't expect anything from people, some like specific status, I'm so chill about it.
Yeah. It's you're much more confident.
Yeah.
That's what it is that you are confident in who you are. You're confident in what we do. We have enough data and evidence to prove that we are good at what we do. And so therefore your peace and your confidence comes from within your core values, what you do day in and day out. And it's not needy in hoping for something from someone else. And so if you're always up and down, depending upon, what people are saying about you or what you think they're thinking about you or whatever it may be, it's because deep down you're just not confident.
Yeah. You have a lot of insecurities. Mm-hmm. I love that.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معاكم أحمد كامل 2D and 3D Senior Animator. اشتغلت في مجال الانيميشن من سنة 2000. اشتغلت في مسلسلات كتير، اشتغلت في اعلانات. من اشهر الحاجات اللي اشتغلت فيها هي المغامرين الخمسة. اشتغلت في مسلسل يحيى وكنوز اتعرض في رمضان 22، كنت مخرج منفذ فيه. الكورس بتاعنا ان شاء الله هنتعلم فيه ازاي نعمل انيميشن، ازاي نحرك الكاركترات بتاعتنا على برنامج 3D Max. هنشرح البرنامج، هنشوف الانترفيس بتاعه، هنشوف التولز المهمة بالنسبة لنا عشان تخلينا نشتغل as a professionals. مش هنتعلم لمجرد المعرفة، لا احنا هنتعلم الحاجات اللي هتفيدنا فعلا في شغلنا وتخلينا نعرف ننافس في السوق.
You got yelled at by Uber today.
Oh, I'm doing it right now. Our feet are in each other's face.
Yeah, but Amr said your feet weren't in his face.
No, it was like this.
Yeah, and it was like in something.
Yeah.
But you still got yelled at.
Yeah, I got yelled at.
Was
Well,
he
I'm
like
learning more and more like cultural. I didn't know this, but apparently if you cross your legs,
yeah, I always
in the
get
direction,
comments.
Yeah.
Like to move your feet. But my feet hurt, guys.
Yeah. So this is okay.
This, I think so. But it depends. It depends. It's not like if it's someone really important. Yeah, I don't think you could sit like your grandpa, your dad. Like you can't sit. Do we say رجل على رجل?
It's like you're too relaxed.
It's leg on a leg, like.
Yeah,
you can't have a leg on a leg.
Do you know what? I wonder. My instinct. You know how I am. I'm philosophical.
Yeah.
I want to.
What is the world?
No, I'm like, why?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's gotta come from something.
Yeah.
I wonder what the origin story is. Why?
Yeah, do not expect anything from me.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna figure it out today.
Nice. Why? Maybe it's like a feet thing, like this.
On the next podcast, I'll have the answer.
I love it. I'm super excited now for the next podcast.
I'm also learning. I thought I forgot. But we went to get coffee.
Yeah.
After dinner.
Yes.
And the guy wouldn't let you pay.
Of course.
He was saying, no. We're at a cafe.
Yeah.
Like a
total
proper
stranger.
business.
Yeah.
Total stranger.
And
he's
the
like,
business
no.
job is to take money
this
from
is
me.
literally the business model.
Yeah.
Is I'll make you this is the exchange of value, right? I make you coffee
Yeah.
and you give me money. That's the entire business model.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you don't have to pay. And so now I'm learning that that's a cultural thing.
And he learned a new word.
It's a game. Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
what it-
he learned a few.
Oh yeah.
Tamam.
Tamam.
Yeah. You know what's funny? This happened to me in the States.
It
but-
means like it's good, right?
Yeah, tamam.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Like
Cool.
we're good.
Tamam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tamam.
Tamam.
Tamam. Tamam. Ash really liked it. Yeah, I was in New Jersey like 3 weeks ago, and I got a coffee also, as I'm an addict of coffee. I just enjoy it. I'm gonna start drinking a lot more decaf. I should have drank a decaf now, because I drank it at 10. But so I was at a coffee shop. Sorry, Amr, and the guy forgot to take money from me, and I'm like, did I pay? He's like, it's fine, I don't care. And he just let me go. I'm like, cool. So that was a funny moment.
Was it a national chain?
No.
Really?
No.
It was a local place?
Yeah. It was a local place in Ridgewood.
Did he own it?
No.
Then he just doesn't care.
Yeah. he said it. I don't care.
That's not cultural.
That's
That is apathy.
Are you sure? Are you sure
Yes.
that's not American culture?
No.
I don't care.
Does that sound American? I don't care if you pay me.
just some ballin' state just doesn't care about I honestly, like, when he said that, I'm like, bro, like, you're the worst employee ever. Like, in my head, as soon
You
as
should
I
be
got,
fired.
yeah, I called my friend. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. Like, if I ever have an employee like this, or like, I don't care.
I don't care.
And he said it in such like a truthful way. He's like,
No, really, I don't care.
but in his defense, it was my second coffee in like 5 minutes. So,
There's like free refill.
yeah, basically.
That's
Yeah. So, Jonathan, you're coming back in a few months.
Oh, I'm also learning.
Yeah.
That people are not always going to get in fist fights. I'm calmer when people are arguing now.
Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah. So when Jonathan came to Egypt, like, he saw that people are very, like, مثلا, you know, when you guys drive in the street and you're gonna yell like, ah, but you're just like, ah, and the person's gonna be like this, and you're gonna smile, you're gonna probably throw him a kiss, invite him to dinner, you know. So
And there's a lot of the stereotype of like Italian, like you talk with your hands, and
Yeah, yeah.
everyone's it's like very animated,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
animated,
super
you know?
animated.
Animated, and like everyone's yelling at each other. I'm like, they're all gonna get in a fight.
Yeah, but
And
then everybody's hugging.
Everyone's
and
like hugging and kissing, and they're like, no, they're friends. I'm like, what? They were arguing.
yeah. And you're always surprised. Like, I argue with people like
You
like,
do, yeah.
very intensely,
Yeah.
and then it's like I'm laughing,
And you're laughing.
and he's laughing.
Yeah,
You're like, what the fuck? You guys are
Yeah.
about to kill each other.
exactly. I'm scared in the
Yeah.
car. I'm like, wait, are we gonna get in a fight?
Yeah.
And then you're like giving him money and laughing, and like everyone's joking. I'm like, what is going on? But now I'm
You
understanding.
are
it
a
more.
lot more chill.
Yeah.
Even in the driving, like
Yeah.
you weren't in the car much this time,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you are, like, even your presence, like,
Yeah. Yeah, I understand it a little bit more. I wasn't freaked out when we crossed the street.
yeah, you crossed it pretty chill.
I was like, okay, I've done this before.
yeah.
You just have to
But
kinda
but
play the
honestly,
tightrope.
as an American, Jonathan, do you feel that energy, that things are a lot like, it's like it's not the end of the world, or it's not that, like, I don't know, like, how does it feel? Because still, like, it is very stressful. Like, it is dangerous what we do,
Oh yeah, for sure.
you know.
I don't understand why you don't just use the lines on the road.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's another conversation. That's an American conversation that you can speak on in America. Not here.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Yeah.
No. But we're going. I think in the new, like now, like the streets are. But I think in the new places, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the new roads are really nice. Anyway, moving on.
المشكلة مش في الطرق خالص. مش عارف اقول بالانجلش بس مش عايز اتكلم.
ايه وانا اترجم لك عادي.
مرة كنت راكب مع راجل فبقول له الحارة اهي. قال لي ما هو المفروض اخلي الخط الابيض ده في النص العربية.
اكيد ده بيهرج.
لا بيتكلم جد.
So he's saying he was in a car once, and Amr was telling him like, "Why aren't you in the lines?" He's saying, "Yeah, the line is in the middle of my car." And the guy was serious.
That's what he thought.
Yeah.
It was like that was his guide.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
So the car is.
It's like when you're in a amusement park
Yeah.
for the children's rides,
Yeah.
where
Exactly.
they're allowed to drive,
Yeah.
right? But the bumper, it keeps them in the middle.
Yeah.
So the line is right in the middle.
But I feel there's still an energy that the country is able to drive in a chaos like this, and everybody's able to just go.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool. That's what I mean. It's like, do you feel like it's pretty cool? It's like it's a sense of like calmness, even if it's chaotic. You're still like more or less stressed.
Yeah,
Like if you
it's-
go to the States now and there's traffic, like
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising how maybe I don't drive enough, but it's surprising how seemingly few accidents there are. And I know there are accidents, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like there are that many more accidents than there
Yeah.
are in the United States. Like if you're driving, you'll see an accident
for
every so often.
120 million people, like,
Yeah.
it's pretty chill.
Yeah, people got used to it. It just shows how adaptable people are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if this is the way, you learn the way and you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It may actually, I wonder if there was a study done, you know, of drones or something. Maybe it is more efficient.
To drive
Really.
like this?
If you just kind of it's like capitalism. You just kind of let things happen, you
Yeah.
know? And maybe it's actually faster. I don't know.
Nice. So you're coming back. You want to come back in about 2 months or something
Yeah.
to stay 3 months this time.
Yeah.
The longest period. You want to really come and stay for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to stay for a while. It's going to be cool.
Nice.
I'm bringing my wife.
Oh. And she's down to stay here for 3 months.
Yeah. She's a warrior.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. She knows what we're doing, what we're building.
Yeah. So what are you building? Like, and that's a question I had. Like, why are you fine spending money on, for example, on the Youssef Sabry personal brand, on the Youssef Sabry mindset personal brand? Like, this is a lot of money that I spent from your company, right? From like our company, but this could have been money that we could have saved, you know, and bought, you know, whatever, or took more money out. Why are you so fine with putting money into building like the social media platforms, the courses, everything, and it's not even your country, it's not even your community really, but it's feeling more and more like your community now, and you're getting more connected with everyone, and you've been posting a lot like
Yeah.
about Egypt and Cairo and the people
Yeah.
and everything, but what made you take that leap and to really invest this? I wouldn't say blind, but it was kind of, you know, like a big risk for an American, I would say.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't think of it that way. But I understand why someone would think that. So I was a CEO of a company called MentorBox. I had 200,000 students, did, you know, at its peak over $10 million a year. And I learned a lot from that experience as an entrepreneur. And the one thing that I would change in hindsight is having gone much harder on organic social media. And I know that when we started, we would have invested in organic social media, by the time it was year 3 or 4, we probably would have had the same number of customers, new customers every day coming in organically, than having to rely on paid advertising. So there's paid advertising, there's cold marketing, and then there's organic. Those are kind of the three major categories. And organic is the most powerful, for sure. And the reason why is because people trust you already, so you don't really have to answer that trust objection. They sometimes feel reciprocity for you, means that they almost want to buy something from you because they think that, wow, you've given me so much free value over the years. They want to support you. And word of mouth spreads a lot faster. So the downside to organic and why a lot of people don't do it is exactly what you said, is that it takes, well, you didn't say it explicitly, but it takes a long time before the ROI gets there.
Yeah.
Right. And so a lot of people are unwilling to do the 6 months or a year or years, or, you've been doing it for
9 months.
Yeah.
The podcast is the first video dropped 9 months ago.
Yeah. And, consistency matters. And I've learned that in hindsight. And so when you said, hey, we're going to go hard in organic social media, I think, great. It's going to get fewer customers if it was directly competing with paid traffic for the first year, maybe 2 years. But after that, exponential curves get really crazy real fast. And so that's the mathematical business side of it, is that I know that if we can build a community through social media, then we can hire a lot easier the top talent, and we can also help educate people who need help with education. So that's the business side of me.
Yeah.
Is that I'm almost able to replay what I did with MentorBox, but the better way now.
Nice.
But I would also say a lot of people just can't afford it, or may not ever be able to afford it, to be frank. And I don't think that it's ethical, really, to have everything behind a paywall. A paywall means it is a fancy digital marketing term, which means that you have some content that's for free, and then you have other content that's only available after you pay, right? So I give a lot of tips and tricks on copywriting and mindset and all sorts of things on my social media, but I'm not going to give you the email templates that we use for our clients unless you become a student or you work for us, right? Because that's our intellectual property.
Yeah.
Right. So that it's like a patent, right? And so I think what we're doing here and everywhere, my soul is, I'm a teacher, and I like to help people, and I really like the idea of, even if only 1 out of 1,000 people ever become a student, or only 1 out of 1,000 people become a employee, those other 999, they still deserve education as well. And so I think that it's both. This is a cool thing. It's both the right thing to do from the business perspective, because it lowers your cost of acquiring a new customer. It lowers the cost of us recruiting a solid employee. And simultaneously, it's the right thing to do, ethically, I think, for those students who may not otherwise have. Whether you want to call that American, it feels close to my heart.
I love
And maybe it's because we're finding the right bubble, right? Or we're creating a bubble, or all of the above. But certainly there are people here that I just feel the spark in them. And like we said earlier, if we give them the right path and a good example, I think that we can help people a lot.
أنا جوناثان كندل. قمت بجمع أكثر من 100 مليون دولار من ممولين معتمدين من خلال الهاتف. أيضا على الناس التفكير في المال. ماذا يحقق المال؟ هناك شيء آخر يهتم الناس به، وهو مكانتهم. أغلب مندوبي المبيعات يقول: أهلا، أنا جوناثان، كاميراتي هي الأفضل، لا أحد يكترث. ما هي الأمور التي يريد العميل التخلص منها؟ أعدكم أن الإحصائيات قد أثبتت أنه إن أجريت محادثة شخصية وجها لوجه مع العميل أو الزبون في البداية، فمن المحتمل أكثر أن يقوموا بالشراء في المستقبل.
And I wanted to say something like it's crazy. You teach at workshops in the States for that cost like $100,000 for 3 days, and when you teach the copywriting students here from virtualcoursesnow.com, you have the same energy.
Oh yeah.
Or even more energy.
Yeah,
here.
sometimes more.
You know, you give even more, and it's crazy. It's crazy to see that like it's really out of passion.
Oh yeah, I love teaching. I'm an extrovert. I get energy from other people, and especially I love teaching, and I love when people want to learn and need it, and if I can give, it's something that I can give. I'm a very disciplined person. I don't do a lot of things that a lot of people do. I don't spend a lot of time for fun, what other people would consider fun, but that to me is fun. It's a release. It gets me excited. I love it.
Yeah, you can teach for hours.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna end with this, Jonathan, because a lot of people that watch our podcast or the VCN students or people that want to buy the students. So usually I want them to get to know you like on a more personal level. Can you tell us about the tattoos on your hands?
Oh yeah.
And your outfit, and we'll end with this, so people can really get to know. Because I'm sure they ask themselves like, "Oh my God, what's this?" So
yeah. So my outfit is a specific company called Ministry of Supply, which actually I heard about from a podcast,
nice,
the Tim Ferriss podcast, and it was a sponsor of his podcast, and he said, "Hey, I travel a lot. And I have to look nice sometimes, but I want to wear something that feels like pajamas."
Yeah.
And so this like secretly it's like very stretchy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't wrinkle.
Yeah.
So this is all I wear. And then
you have like 50 of those.
Yeah, I have. That's all I have.
Yeah.
And then my hat is Forrest Gump. So this is from
I have Jonathan gave me a hat. I put it on my desk. It makes me like work more.
Yeah. So if you've watched the movie Forrest Gump, he lived an extraordinary life. Like the opening scene of it, he overcame a debilitating deformity when he was a kid, and then he ended up teaching Elvis how to dance. In the beginning. He was a war hero. He was a multimillionaire entrepreneur. He was a Olympic athlete. He was a great father. He loved the same woman his whole life, and he met the Black Panther Party during the Civil Rights Movement, and he ran across the country. And he just was this extraordinary person. And whenever I think of my life, I want it to be as adventurous as that and as meaningful as that. So it's a nice little token for me to remind myself of what type of life I want to live. And then my tattoos, I have a lot of equations on here. And so this would be like the speed of light. This is the equation for gravity, the equation for energy. So it's, my brain is very mathematical. My team always jokes that I put everything into Excel.
Yeah.
So I'm always making Excel sheets, and everything is a system. And so I have that part of my brain. So it's lots of math, and then it has to do with, there's a tree in the middle of it, and so for me it's like the two sides of my brain. So the artist in me, that's more peaceful and calm.
The writer.
And then the math part of my brain. So and then I have this poem by Robert Frost. He's an American poet. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. So for me, sleep is like death. And so the woods are lovely, dark and deep. For me, that is a metaphor for like either sadness or the easy way out. But I have promises to keep.
Nice.
So it's like I've made promises to my community, to my company, to my employees, to my wife, to myself, and it reminds me that before I die, I want to do something important. And this is a chain in a Celtic cross. So my mother's maiden name is Cadena, which in Spanish means chain. So that's her side of the family, and then my dad is Celtic Irish, so it's the two sides of my family.
So here you go, guys. I didn't even know that. So I'm happy I knew that. It's pretty deep. If I have a tattoo, I wanted something like that. I would never, but if I would, it would be something like that. I'd probably have tattoos everywhere.
Yeah, they're addicting for sure.
Yeah.
But they hurt. They're like shockingly, it's shocking. The moment I start it, every single time, I think, oh, I forgot. This is really painful. But then eventually you get used to it, maybe after the first half hour, but it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, they're pretty cool. I love the mathematical equation one.
Yeah, it's really
it's
nice.
like you never see this one.
Yeah.
Did you design it? How was it designed?
I had the idea. I wanted a tree with math, and then I did a bunch of research for tattoo artists in San Francisco, and they're one that seemed to...
'Cause this one's difficult. Like,
yeah, oh yeah. He crushed it.
he really did a good job.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was your vision.
I didn't draw it, but yeah, I had the idea, and then he made a couple different versions, and I like this, and off
That's
we
pretty
went.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I think that's it, Jonathan. You have a flight in like a few hours that
Yeah.
you need to wake up for. I made it a bit longer. I enjoyed it, to be honest. I was
Yeah, no,
selfish.
this is great.
I'm sorry. I liked it.
I thought we were going to talk not at all about business for whatever reason, but we just can't.
Huh? You what?
I thought we were going to talk less about business, but I don't think that we can, because that's our entire lives. There's nothing really much
I
else
felt
to
we
talk
didn't
about.
talk about business at all. This podcast.
Well, a little bit. We snuck in a few lessons.
Yeah. I try to mitigate. What?
30% business,
Yeah, 30%. Yeah.
That's
guess
not
so.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
bad.
I made it on purpose because I really want people to get to know who you are,
Yeah.
because you're always in work mode.
Yeah.
So the purpose of this podcast was a lot of people like want to get to know who Jonathan is. So the other podcast, they could watch it. Like we went into like pretty like a lot of mindset stuff. We have your talk film, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna even post this on my YouTube so people could like watch it and get to know you more. So this podcast, I wanted to make it more chill, get the human side of Jonathan, the regular person, not the machine. Jonathan's name on my phone is Jonathan the Machine Kendall.
We should, if you're still watching this, in the comments, post. I want to read them. Post what other podcasts you think we should talk about, because we can talk about all sorts of things. We could be super tactical in one, right? We could go, just about paid media or copywriting or whatever.
Yeah.
Because especially this fall, I'm going to be here
Yeah.
for 3 months. We can
We can talk about
we
so
can do a
many
bunch
things.
of things.
We could really go deep into so many things. And I probably won't need to say anything in the podcast and just let Jonathan go. Just like funnel.
Funnel. Hour and a half later.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching, guys.
Today I went to Flat 6 Labs
Yeah.
and gave a talk about capital raising,
Nice.
and
I feel was it too advanced for them to you today?
Yeah, for
it was
sure.
too advanced.
Yeah.
I
and they
don't
were
know
too
why.
young.
And I don't know
Yeah.
why they asked us. Like
Yeah.
when Mustafa told me, like, why would you go teach people how to capital raise and they don't even know how to like get money for their Uber?
Yeah, right away. I mean, I went for it anyways.
I liked it.
But it was funny. Yeah, I realized right away that kind of everything was over their head. But I had 2 hours to talk, and the organizer said, you know, hey, where's your slides? And I said, oh, no, I can talk. She said, you can talk for 2 hours about capital raising? And she's like, you know, what's your outline? I'm like, I'm just going to talk about capital raising for 2
They're not used to
hours.
it.
I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I know everything.
Yeah. Mastery.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mastery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I would I talked about this a lot of times. Like, I would have never imagined I can talk for hours.
Yeah.
And I'm someone that more than I'm an introvert. I don't
Yeah.
like to talk much.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely mastery and doing it really proves it. Like,
Yeah. I always say that you're incredibly insecure and incredibly confident about all sorts of different things. And the only things that you care about that you're not good at, that's what you're insecure about.
Yeah.
Right? So you never get nervous about like putting on your shirt because you've done it, you've mastered it.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about putting on a shirt. You put on your shirt. Right?
Yeah.
So you've done it 100,000 times. So of course you're confident. But if there's something that you care about the outcome, but you didn't put in the work, or you're not at a place where you've mastered it, then you're going to feel nervous and insecure.
For sure.
If it was my job to actually do the audio and the visual, I would feel nervous.
Yeah.
If, let's say, we had someone that was super, I mean, all of your guests are great, but you know, a really great guest was coming on, and we said, Jonathan, you have to do all of the audio visual.
Yeah.
I would be nervous.
For sure.
So, but if you ask me about funnels, I'm not going to be nervous.
So you think I should have you on set when Big Rami's comes?
Yeah, exactly.
He's coming in like a few days.
Yeah, exactly.
On set.
I should be audio visual for the first time in my life.
Awesome. So
for Big Rami.
Yeah. I want to see you stressed out.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah. No, I would, if I knew, no, I would crush it.
You would.
But it's because I would do a lot of preparation for the days before.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Not try to wing it and like,
Yeah.
oh, what audio system?
No, I'd be watching YouTube videos. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Do you like writing, psychology, or even shopping? And are you fluent in English? If so, you may want to become a copywriter. It's a highly lucrative field where you can work with North American and European clients to help them write websites, newsletters, emails, taglines, social media posts, and ads. Most North American companies know they need better sales copywriting, but they don't know where to find the right talent. That's where you come in. So if you want to join this trending career, write for a living, without having to ever clock into an office, click the link below. I'm Jonathon Kendall, by the way, an entrepreneur and copywriter who has generated over $150 million in sales for my clients using copywriting. In my copywriting masterclass, I'll teach you everything you need to know for how to become a copywriter and get clients to pay you to write. Click the link below and let's start your new career today.
Well, Jonathan Kendall, that was a lovely podcast. I enjoyed it. This was my most chilled podcast I've ever done.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it. I like this. I want to do a lot more English podcasts. I enjoyed this. It's chill. And this is the type of voice I want to use in my podcast too, and the type of like chill, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed it, whoever is watching it.
Have you ever watched Lex Friedman?
No.
You got to watch Lex Friedman. Talk about chill.
Yeah.
And it's all about science and philosophy and that sort of stuff, but just watch a clip of Lex Friedman and you see he thinks about what he's going to say.
Like
and then
that.
he asks the question in a very deliberate way.
Damn, I have anxiety.
Like, yeah.
You just give me anxiety.
He was just on Joe Rogan today.
Nice.
He's huge.
Nice. I'll watch it.
But just watch him to get an
Yeah.
idea of how slow and chill he is.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I wish I'm like that.
Yeah.
But
I exaggerated a little bit, but you get my point.
yeah.
You could have like scientists on or something, or professors, or
I wanna-
and not
yeah,
just
yeah.
talk about business all the time.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't. Like
Okay. I can't understand it's in Arabic.
yeah, like before yesterday we had a superhero, a cancer survivor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And
That's deep.
it's just mindset. It's not only business, right? So like he refused to die. All the doctor told him, you will die. And he said, I refuse to die. I will not die. They told him, no, you're dead. He's like, no, you don't understand.
I'm not dying.
I am not dying. I refuse to die. Stage 4, 75%.
What happened? What did he do?
He refused to die.
He just willed it. He
Yeah.
just thought about it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was crazy. In the end of the story, he was like, we tried 80% of everything. And so basically he had to take the chemotherapy, and he had 2 more shots. And the hospital was like, listen, it's not working. You're dead. There's no need to take it. There's like, stop. They're like, are you like trying to like argue with God? They told him that. They were like, are you arguing with God?
Wow.
God wants you to go. So he replied, is like,
You're not God.
yeah, basically they're like, what do you know about what God wants? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like you are arguing, you're not doing God's job. Like,
You're acting like you're speaking on behalf of God.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, I refuse to die. And he survived.
Good for him.
Yeah.
There's a guy who teaches all about this called Joe Dispenza, and he's got these crazy stories and books about people who just mindset cure themselves.
Yeah. When my mom got Guillain-Barré syndrome, the doctor said she will never walk again. She will stay paralyzed for the rest of her life. I would go every day. Every day. She walked in 3 months. They said she might stand up in 2 years. And the odds of it were like impossible. She was completely paralyzed.
That's
Couldn't move her
incredible.
fingers, couldn't move her toes. And every day I would go. I would massage her feet, do everything. I'm like, we're walking. Like, we're going to walk.
You got
Like,
this.
Yeah. Like, fuck these doctors. They don't understand. They're stupid. After all these years, they're stupid.
Well, they were wrong.
They were wrong. But I guess in their defense, I'm always like, I guess they always want to have the worst case scenario, so they don't give you hope, and then, so it's always better to go from.
They're playing the odds. They're speaking in statistics. Yeah.
Statistically speaking, she was never gonna walk. But I definitely feel, Jonathan, if we did not have this mindset, and we did not like believe so much and believe that God is here and that we can really walk again and really believe it. I don't know. I really think scientifically something happens to you.
For sure it does.
That you activate your nervous system, or something activated her nervous
sure.
system again to make her walk.
Well, think about this. What Joe Dispenza says is that, is it controversial that you can be so stressed that you make yourself physically ill?
For sure.
Right? So that's from your mind making yourself sick.
Yeah.
We all agree that happens.
100%.
So why couldn't you, from your mind, make yourself healthy?
100%.
That's his whole argument.
That's it.
He's like, so you don't think it's crazy when you make yourself sick. Well, I don't think it's crazy when you make yourself well. Like, damn.
Yeah.
That's a pretty simple, good argument.
So Sharif Shaker quit his job, quit everything to make people better now. The cancer survivor. To save as many people as he can.
I love it.
Crazy.
That's super inspiring.
Crazy. And we can end the episode right here. So thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching, you're the one that made the episode go and make the algorithm like it. So I thank you. If you're still here. If you left the episode, I do not thank you. You know, I do thank you in the beginning of the podcast that you're here. But now you're gone, so you don't hear this part. And I only thank the people that are still here.
You only got one thank you.
Yes,
Whereas
for real.
these people get two thank yous.
Yeah. And the people that are subscribed get 2 thank yous in the beginning. And if they're still here, they get a third one.
Third one.
If you're not subscribed, you get nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, you get high. You're like, hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. I see you. I see you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But they're not convinced with me yet, so.
And the bell notification.
I would go to their house at that point.
You gotta have a call to action on the bell notification.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are still watching this,
If you,
you gotta hit the bell notification.
yeah. No, honestly, the people that are still here, dude, they're just ride or die, man. Champions. They made us for real.
Is there a way to find out who exactly?
They comment, and they say what I say, so they know, and I know.
We should have an event.
Amr, you gonna watch Netflix now? We're not gone yet.
We should have an event.
For only the people.
Only the people.
Yeah.
But actually, it should be. We should at the very end of something that's like a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah.
At the very end,
I am
we
so
say
down.
comment blah blah blah. You know, some secret code.
I'll give.
And then it has to be the first 50 people or something that comment that for that secret code, and they can come to the office and we like buy everyone dinner and we have an event.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give free T-shirts.
Ah, yeah.
Before the event, because the event might take time, for the people that stay the longest. Because they're ride or die, bro.
But it has to be something that other people won't catch on to. It can't be like free T-shirt. It has to be.
I will not sell any T-shirt to anyone that doesn't finish the podcast. How's that?
But it has to be something secret. Like, hey man, that was great. Something benign. Something super casual.
We could have like a secret handshake. Something, I don't know. Or we could just like freak it. Like we just do the next Illuminati or something and just turn into a secret community. Just for the people that Amr, you got so into it. This is a joke. Oh, you're thinking about it. No. I honestly appreciate anybody that stays, anybody that watched, anybody that and a lot of people leave it, come back and stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's just for fun. But I really appreciate everybody that stayed there. Guys, don't forget to follow Jonathon Kendall on Instagram. He's posting a shit ton of content nonstop, like a machine. And yeah, and he's gonna do his podcast one day, very soon.
Yes.
Yeah. And you recorded 3 new courses?
Yeah.
3 new courses.
Yeah.
That are gonna be edited next week and uploaded hopefully the week after. I'm really excited for them. And you're gonna come back soon, Jonathon.
Yes.
I'm very excited. I might go see you in Puerto Rico this month. Well, next month.
Yeah.
This month is done. And we're gonna shoot some stuff together there, so that's exciting. And yeah, that's it, guys. I love you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment something secret. What should it be? What do you think we should do? Like
something secret.
Something secret. This is gonna be on the English platform. That's it, guys. I love you. I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, Amr, for staying. Thanks to whoever is gonna edit this. I don't know who's gonna edit this yet. And thanks to Ashi for staying all this time. Love you guys. Have a great night.